It's been a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen, but Treyarch are bringing back round-based zombies, and we have our first look. This is an overview of the entirety of Season 4's content for both Warzone and Vanguard, but let's talk about what we're all here for, zombies. And here is our first look. Described by Activision as 13 years after the original release in World at War, the legendary round-based zombies experience Shi No Numa is returning as part of this free update to Vanguard. Team up and conquer the Swamp of Death in classic round-based zombies play, which doesn't mean a round-based zombies objective, but this is full-blown classic round-based zombies gameplay that we wanted since the game's release. And I know it should have been there from the very beginning, but they've had to completely redevelop it from the ground up on this new engine for round-based gameplay to work. And as described, will feature a new main quest and side quests, a new wonder weapon quest, fresh intel, and more. As you can see from the screenshot, it is the Wunderwaffe DG2. Now, it's crazy to think that we have not seen this wonder weapon since Black Ops 3 Zombies. We didn't see it in 4 or Cold War, so it is good to see it, although wonder weapon itself isn't new, but there's going to be a quest in order for us to unlock it. I just really hope we get a slice of nostalgia with this weapon, but also that they've made a few adjustments to make this an even better weapon. Now, I know we did get Shi No Numa and the Wunderwaffe back in 2009, so nothing overly crazy, but I still think there'll be some enjoyment here, especially when it comes to this new main quest. So let's dive into the details. Wade through the swamps as you journey on a multi-step quest culminating in a devastating battle. And that sounds a lot more promising than anything that we've had yet so far in Vanguard. Complete the quest in full to show off your prowess with a new calling card. Now hold the phone. Did you hear that detail? This is going to culminate in a devastating battle, which to me sounds like a boss fight is finally going to be a thing in Vanguard Zombies, which is going to be awesome, as we've never had a boss fight in Shi No Numa, and this is going to drastically make it feel different than just another remake. But we'll also get a reward in the form of a calling card for completing the quest in full, which makes it sound like players can partially complete the quest or go ahead and complete it in its full entirety to unlock this reward. But they also mentioned to watch out for hidden secrets throughout this map in the form of multiple side quests waiting to be uncovered in the swamps. And we have had teasers that these are going to be remastered Easter eggs. We should expect some classic iconic parts of this map like the telephone, the hanging man, and the huge element 115 meteor out the map as well. Here is another look at this map where, as we can see from the color scheme they've gone for, it does look distinctly different from the Shi No Numa version that we currently have. Just from the color of the sky alone, you can just tell that this is a different version, which I'm very happy to see. And I assume for the most part, most of the map will be very similar to what we currently have in Vanguard, but as we know, it's the entire map, so there's going to be a lot more areas to explore than what we currently have. Now, they also mentioned about fast travel and classic traps, where you'll be able to tactically reposition yourself from the undead fast using the zipline system, which sounds very similar to the original platform that's attached to the zipline, but they could have added more platforms into this. We really don't know. There's also mention of the flogger being back, as well as electroshock defenses. A really interesting detail I want to point out to you guys that was found about a week or so ago by some COD leakers over on Twitter was the map's description, saying the Swamp of Death holds the key to defeating Von List and his undead Reich. Build the wonder weapon, find the relic, and expose the hidden horror of Cortifex's past. So that right there pretty much describes what this map's quest is going to entail, where part of that quest is going to be to build the wonder weapon, find a relic, and expose the hidden horror of Cortifex's past by having some sort of devastating battle. You can say whatever you want about Vanguard Zombies up until this point, but this does sound pretty promising. And yes, whilst it's not a brand new Zombies map, it is something familiar which has a lot of nostalgia, yet we'll have a boss fight, which sounds really awesome. For those of you curious if the Altar of Covenants and the Tome of Rituals will be in this, they are going to be, which is definitely going to spice up what we've come to expect with round-based zombies, as this might be a very interesting feature to have fun with. And this for sure is going to be promising, because a previous designer on Vanguard Zombies, he left Treyarch a few weeks ago, tweeted this about the upcoming Shi No Numa Reborn, saying that he's really excited for us to see what the lead game designer and his team have put together, and that is a much closer zombies experience than the previous 2 maps were, which is music to our ears. All we've wanted is a classic zombies experience, so to hear that this is a much closer version to a classic experience than what we've had before is definitely promising. Now finally, on the zombies front, we are also getting new Pack-a-Punch camos, which isn't a massive deal, but in this screenshot here you can take a look at them, which literally looks like the Mob of the Dead Pack-a-Punch camo and the Origins Pack-a-Punch camo combined, which is actually really cool looking. I don't know narratively how this camo's come to be, but you gotta admit it does look nice, and we can see the Pack-a-Punch behind them, so it shows where on the map it is. And being honest, this looks like a new area of Shi No Numa. I don't recognize it. Unless you guys know, please let me know below. And here is another screenshot which shows one of the new operators coming at launch along with the new LMG. And as you can see, we've got a boss man there using the Wonder Waffer. It's looking good. The map is looking aesthetically nice. Come on, Treyarch, please don't let us down. Do let me know what you think of this all down below in the comment section, if you think it's a little bit too little too late, or if you're going to stay optimistic, give this a go and give the game another chance. But for those that are interested in Warzone, there is a brand new Resurgence Battle Royale map developed by High Moon Studios called Fortune's Keep. There's been a lot of discussion about this completely replacing Rebirth Island, and that's not the case at all. Rebirth Island will be gone for a little bit, then will return along with this map. This is a luxurious and timeless island where the amount of danger and action is second only to its riches. It's roughly the same size as Rebirth and features 4 distinct points of interest. And on top of that, for those that aren't happy with Caldera at the moment, there's some pretty big updates coming to it where they're removing 50% of the trees and vegetation, so it'll be a lot more visible to see players. And on top of that, they're adding a very memorable piece of Warzone history with a large overhaul of the main Caldera map, adding in Storage Town, which will be roughly as veterans remember it. I'm really happy to hear. There's also over a dozen point of interest changes, and there's also mercenary vaults that will begin to crop up. If you play Vanguard multiplayer, they are adding 2 new maps during the season. The first being USS Texas, which is a reimagining of the same map from Call of Duty World War II, which was a pretty fan favorite map, so that's pretty cool. And on top of that, a brand new map called Desolation will be coming later in the season. But that about wraps up absolutely everything that's coming for zombies in season 4. Actual round-based zombies, a quest, a boss fight. I'm keeping my expectations at about a 50%. I'm excited for it, but I'm not going to set my expectations crazy high. Nevertheless, we will be live streaming this map as soon as it drops next Wednesday, as soon as it goes live, and also hunting that Easter egg. So if you want to join us on the hunt, please subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. I'm really excited to be hunting for an Easter egg again. Hopefully this time there aren't any data miners or leakers that do the Easter egg before the map's even released. It should be a good time.